So as I sit in this parking lot at work, I'm sitting there and I'm pondering again. Y'all already know that feeling, right? Where, you're in a relationship. I don't know, have you ever broke up with somebody at work? Or, your heart get broken at work, but but you still got to go to work? Like the worst feeling in the world, ain't it? So I'm sitting out there and I'm trying to figure out, what I'm going to do next. Like, what's next for me? Because I could stay in a situation and keep dealing with her, but I just, knowing me, I knew how my mind was going to work, how it was going to be. So I ended up sticking around, right? Thinking that, all right, I could deal with this. I could deal with this. Maybe it was the past. Now, one thing that I knew I wasn't going to ask was, when did it happen? I never asked that question. But when I tell y'all, man, I tried my hardest to survive. But the only thing that I could do was ask 1,000 questions after that. Like every day I would ask them like more and more questions. And I know it had got to the point where I was like, I told myself I didn't want to know who it was, but then I was like, you know what? I gotta know. Even if I don't know who they are, I still need to know who they are, So she was like, well, you ain't gonna, you don't know him or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, all right, man, it is what it is. So one day, like one of my ex-best friends or whatever, he had went to prison or whatever. He did some years and he had just got out of prison, right? So me and her were still rocking, and he get out of prison. And when he got out of prison, he had like a little gathering at the house where just friends and family that came over to the house or whatever. So I went over to his house and we sitting there at the table, right? And we just talking about life and catching up, and all of that. And, next thing I know, his brother come through. His brother was a lot older than us, had us by at least 10 years, something like that. And then one of his brother's best friends came through. And at that time, right at that moment, she called me while I was there. And while I was sitting there at the table, talking to her on the phone, while they was all in the background talking, my friend, his brother's friend, he laughed real loud. And she was like, oh my God. I was like, what? She was like, I know that laugh from anywhere. I'm like, what? So don't forget, I'm fresh off of, hold on, you done got the train ran on you. So like, relax on telling me dudes. Because when you're in your insecure mode, I don't want to know no dudes, because remember, I'm still sitting up there thinking, I don't know who the dudes were that you had, let run that train on you. So I'm like, don't ever tell me about a dude that you know. This is young mind me, I don't want to know nothing about none of that. So we sitting there, and I'm like, what? You don't know who that is? In my mind, I'm like, what? Hold on. You know who that is? And then she said, yeah, what's his name? I'm like, what? I'm like, where you know him from? Oh, that's my ex. I'm like, oh no. So you already know. All right, hey y'all, I'm gonna call you right back. All right, I'm gonna call you right back. Click, get off the phone. Hey, good seeing you, bruh. Welcome home. I gotta get out of here. She was already at my apartment. I go over there. I'm like, hey. So dude, you used to, that was your ex-boyfriend? She was like, yeah. I couldn't hold it, y'all. I couldn't hold it. I say, so you wasn't gonna tell me? Just saying dumb stuff, right? So you wasn't gonna tell me that was your dude, your ex-dude? How she know? How would she know? I'm just saying dumb stuff because I'm wiring out right. I'm like, oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it because ever since she told me that in that parking lot at work, I just couldn't let it go. For some odd reason, I couldn't let it go. And it was like part of me, I never wanted a girl like that, back then. I knew I never wanted a girl like that, like a girl that went that far on the sexual side of the game. So I was sitting at the house and I'm just like, I'm thinking again, and I'm thinking. I'm like, nah, man, I need to know. I didn't want to ask more questions, but my brain wouldn't let me stop, man. It just wouldn't let me back off. Stay tuned for the rest.